Hey, Megan Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. And joining me now, it's Alvin Ryan of LIT. How are you getting on?
Good, not too bad. How are you, Megan?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm really excited about this project, the FOLM Project. Obviously, it's a European funded project, but I know you're heavily involved in it. So can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so basically the FOLM Project it stands for From Outdoors to Labour Market, and it's essentially a program for anyone who's 18 to 29 years of age and who is currently not in full-time employment, education or training.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity for basically any young person who's just kind of unsure what they want to do. And it's just an opportunity for you to kind of actually use the outdoors and go outside and explore what it is maybe that you'd like to do in your future. And we kind of help you with that. So I suppose kind of the layout of the program itself, there's like 3 different phases. So the first phase is like recruitment and engagement. So that's kind of where we meet with the coach, and just a get together of the group so that everyone knows what's happening. And then I suppose the most exciting part anyway, that personally I think anyway, is is the outdoor learning week. So that's essentially where you kind of learn technical skills like bushcraft, navigation, foraging, all these different things like on the outdoor week. And essentially that's kind of the catalyst for a lot of the young people who do the program. They kind of something clicks with them and they go, oh, I'm actually really good at like leadership or team building, or so it's all these technical skills you're learning, but you're also helping learn skills for your career or for a future job. So that's kind of the most exciting part and the catalyst for a lot of the young people. And it's from that week then that they go into the coaching and mentoring. So you can have an amazing experience in the outdoors, but if you don't make sense of it,
Yeah.
or you're helped review it and see what you've actually learned from the week, then sometimes it's not processed correctly. So the coaching that happens for like 5 weeks. So they have 2 half-day sessions and it'll be online due to Corona. It's basically the coach will help them with their CV, maybe help them with identifying what route they'd like to take going forward, whether it's into education or employment or training. And then they'll actually help them for a further 6 months. So it's just a quick check-in, once a month for 6 months, just checking up how they're doing. And it's actually at the end of the outdoor learning phase, they'll actually write their own individual action plan. And so it's kind of taking down all the steps of how to achieve their goals. So yeah, that's kind of an overview, I suppose, of the program.
Just sounds amazing. I have to say, I think for anyone that, you mentioned there, if anyone's unemployed or out of education or maybe kind of stuck in a rush and has nothing to do. And especially I think for those maybe who don't get to go out and experience the great outdoors, or maybe haven't had much experience in hiking, like you're not just going to learn about hiking, you're just going to learn about the whole thing. And I think it'll be great then, because if you take part in this project, then afterwards you can maybe get your family and friends involved and take them for hikes and show them all that you've learned as well, which I think it's really nice to do that with other people and to share the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even probably more so than now, it's like, I think people are craving a social interaction with other people. And, I think that's what's really important, is that we can allow this to happen in a safe environment. And, we will be abiding by all the guidelines as well, naturally enough. But it's just to allow people to meet new people, experience a different challenge, something new that maybe they haven't had an interest in before. And I think there's far more awareness from people, I think in general, that the natural environment has saved our sanity in a way during this time. I mean, there's maybe people used to go shopping or whatever on a weekend, but now with a lot of the shopping centers closed, they're suddenly realizing, oh, maybe I'll go for a walk instead. Or so I think a lot of people are far more aware of the importance of the outdoors and of nature and the environment. And so I think this is what this project does. It gets people outside, it gets people talking, and just identifying different skills and strengths that people have, and that they might not be aware of or even have had an interest in before. And I was saying even to Conor yesterday, just in terms of how we'd one participant, Daniel was his name, and he basically, like, at the start when he started, it was he was like smoking, and he like threw the cigarette butt on the ground, and I was kind of like, hold back, don't say anything. But it was kind of afterwards, like later on when he went on the expedition, or like out in the hills, he ended up like picking up rubbish from other people, and it was just kind of through his interaction with the program, his behaviors changed towards the environment, and he's built up a relationship with it. And that was the start for it. And now, I've heard from him, and he's wanted to go and do the Camino, and he was going to do it for the Irish Blind guide dogs as well. So yeah, it's just the impact, I think, as well. And even I've seen it. I worked as an outdoor trainer first, when I first joined the program, and just the difference that you see in the young people from the start. You'll have them the very first day, and they're quite shy, and they kind of find it hard to look you in the eye as well. And then you just see them at the end, and they're like a different person. So I would hope that, like, if anyone knows any young people who are, just not sure what they wanted to do, I recommend giving this a try. It's worth doing it for just exploring what you could do, or figuring out what it is that you would like to do. So yeah.
Incredible. You know what, there's an adventure in all of us anyways, that's what I say. But it's kicking off next month in May, so for those who are listening who want to sign up, or maybe they have a son, daughter, friend that they think this would be perfect for, how can they get involved?
Yeah, so basically you can follow us on social media anyway. So we have Facebook, so it's FOLM LIT, and then on Instagram it's FOLM_Ireland. So you can definitely keep up to date with all our details there. And then if you'd like to email me, it's folm@lit.ie. And then if you can give us a WhatsApp or call us on 085 804 8842.
Super. I'll include all those details in the description as well. And I think it's a superb project. I think, load of people should really look into getting involved in it, and getting started on it, because I just think so many will learn so much from it. If I could do it myself, I would. As said, and I have to say, I love the hiking. It's something I really missed these past couple of weeks myself. And I have to say, once I started going out there into the mountains, you just get sucked in by it, and you get the bug. When you get the hiking bug, that's it. Like, there's no going back. So I look forward to seeing hopefully more FOLM Project alumni out and about as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Oveen, thank you so much for chatting to us at the Limerick Post Show all about the FOLM Project. As I said, all the details are in the description box, and we look forward to learning more and hearing more about the project and those who get involved as well.
Perfect. Thanks a million, Meghann.
Joining me now, it is Conor O'Keefe. How are you getting on?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
I was thinking of all the introductions I could use there. I mean, adventurer, hiker, ultramarathon runner, podcaster. I mean, there's so many things you're doing now, and I have to say, I enjoy watching you on Instagram, because you're living that ultimate outdoor lifestyle.
Yeah, I was literally only talking about that on my Instagram today, that, like, because I've moved into the Wicklow Mountains, it does make it easier for me to access nature. But trying to tell people that, like, long before I lived on Achill Island, or I lived in the Wicklow Mountains, I was admiring nature. I was admiring, how a dandelion would grow in between a crack in the footpath, and how nature kind of just forces its way into our lives, whether we like it or not, Sean, and telling people to try and find it wherever they are.
And I know I met you last, I think it was September, we met in Dingle, and you were off hiking that time. And I know you were from Cork, and you were kind of basing yourself around there, and you're traveling around the mountains. And as you mentioned there, then you went to Achill, and now you're in the Wicklow Mountains. And I have to say, I'm not very familiar with the Wicklow Mountains, but every time I see your stories, I'm like, it almost doesn't feel like Ireland or something, because it's just so, I don't know, it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere in this forest, yet you're in Ireland, just only a couple of hours away from where I am right now.
I think that Wicklow is one of, like, the best examples of, like, when you don't touch a place, when it's like, and even though it has been, and it could be wilder than what it is, it's definitely where you need to go out of all the 32 counties if you really want to see, vast array of forests and mountains. It's a very grand place. It's very, like, it's like similar to Canada. I lived in Canada for a while, and it's very similar in that way, that it's a complete and utter feast for the eyes as far as the eye can see.
Well, I love it. I have to say, and I said I do enjoy joining your stories. And the reason that we're talking today is the FOLM Project, FOLM Project. It's a European funded project, and you've come on board with it. Now, I have to say, I've been reading up about it, but for those maybe who haven't heard about it yet, can you give us a brief, I suppose, introduction to the FOLM Project?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the FOLM Project is it's being run in Ireland by LIT, and it is for anybody within the age of 18 and 29 that is, in part-time work, or is unemployed, or has left training or education and is maybe finding it hard to enter the workplace or even enter into a further training or education, that they offer for those individuals to get into the outdoors, learn some outdoor skills and capabilities, but also learn a lot about themselves and about their own strengths, and about how those strengths that they will learn in the outdoors can be transferred into into employment. And afterwards, there's actually weeks and months of where they are going to actually be in contact with coaches, with mentors, and they're going to be with them the whole way. And it's an incredible program, because not only will it give every participant another a fantastic appreciation for nature, it will also give them appreciation of themselves and what they're actually capable of doing, and what they are actually, what they may have written a script for themselves that I'm not fit, I'm not outdoorsy. Those are the exact people that should be going into the FOLM Project. The exact people where they feel like, I'm not fit enough, I don't have the gear. They'll supply the gear. You go at your own pace. And if you've never hiked before, the FOLM Project is exactly tailored for you. It's for people that are, that may not have had the access to nature, or even, they might not have known people that were into the outdoors, or their parents might not have been into the outdoors. And so they never had the opportunity to access it. And so these are the people, when they hear about this now on your show, and they think, oh God, I've never even hiked before. I've never even worn a pair of hiking boots before. You're the people. You are the people that are going to gain much, much more from this than anybody else. And it's, I mentioned this to Aoife and to Aveen, who are actually, running and organizing the FOLM Project. I said, it's very much like, like Kurt Cobain, come as you are, come as you are, and we will help you from there, and it's like, I think that's where a lot of people will have that stumbling block, is they won't have the initial, jump, the initial, let's just do it. And I think that's as long as you get over that hurdle, you're already winning, and you're going to be into one of the best experiences you'll have in your life.
It just sounds so incredible there. You said like the hiking, the foraging, building, I think team building, individual as well. I think it's something that pretty much everyone should give a go to. But as you mentioned there, it is for a specific group, 18 to 29-year-olds, unemployed, maybe out of education. And I just think it's going to be something that will probably be life-changing in so many ways. And as you said, there will be job opportunities coming up afterwards, a mentorship, which I think is absolutely incredible. And I just think this is something that we all should have probably been made to growing up, but unfortunately, it didn't allow for all of us to have that kind of lifestyle. And I think you're a great fit as well for the FOLM Project, because you are living that lifestyle right now. And for anyone who wants to sign up, or if you think you know someone, folmweb.com, there's more information up there as well. And as we said, it is run by LIT. I'm kicking off in May as well, which is another thing I should say. So I think, as I said, watching your Instagram alone and then seeing maybe that's the kind of lifestyle that might come out of it for someone, it's going to be an incredible opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think, that because there is, not much time before the project actually kicks off, it's like one of those things where if you're hearing about this right now, now is the time. Now is the time to, to click the mouse, to sign up, to fill in those applications and to move forward with it, because it is just such an incredible program that I think that, and it is open for everybody that's in Limerick, Tipperary, Galway, Kerry, and Waterford. Those are the counties that it is open to. And it was open nationwide, but because of the COVID restrictions, it has to have been downsized a bit. But I think that there are in those areas in Limerick, in Tipperary, Galway, Kerry, and Waterford, when you finish this program, you're perfectly fitted to actually find your own element of the outdoors, find your own, you know, idea of adventure within those places, because you've got the Glen of Arlow, you've got the Kerry Mountains, you've got, you know, the Comras in Waterford, you've got loads of areas within those counties, you know, you've got Connemara, you know, you've got lots of all of these areas that are just built for exploration. And what that's going to do is, you know, what the program is going to do is it's going to give people a far better appreciation of getting outdoors, and it's also going to give those people the life skills that they're going to be able to take forward into everyday life. And I mean, you know, waking up, making the bed, cleaning dishes, doing the stuff that we really don't want to do. It allows people to have those, you know, better feelings towards those things, because they feel far more capable about their lives. I know when I first started in the outdoors, I really didn't know what I was going through. I was in my teenage years, you know, I was kind of half being pulled towards normal everyday life of just hanging outside the supermarket. And then there was another side of me that was like, I really want to see what's outside, you know, really want to see what is on the other side of these things. And I really hope that people feel like that they feel like, you know what, I haven't seen it. I haven't been there before. I haven't been in that arena before or tested myself in that way. And as you said, there's foraging, team building exercises. There's going to be cooking in the outdoors. There's going to be so many skills, navigation, which is huge, ginormous skill to have. If somebody is capable and can navigate, stay dry, warm and fed in the outdoors, they can do anything. They really can do anything. And that's what these individuals are going to learn and take forward from them. And as I said, the cleaner the slate in terms of your experience with the outdoors, the better. You know, so if you're between the ages of 18 and 29, you're from Limerick, Tipperary, Galway, Kerry or Waterford, sign up for this. If you've never ever even strapped on a pair of boots, they will actually supply all of the kit that you will need for the trip as well. So, which is a fantastic element to the whole thing, because I feel like, you know, even myself, I know I've had to, over the years that I've been involved in the outdoors, I've had to build up my gear. It's an expensive outlay first day, but you have that forever. And so when I think that might be a stumbling block for people as well, is they're thinking, I don't have any of the stuff. I don't have any of the stuff that's needed to do these things. They're going to supply everything for you. And really what they're doing is they're just giving you tools, and you have to be able to put them into play, and they will teach you how to put them into play. And that's the big thing is, you know, they're not feeding you here, allowing you to be you and to find your own roots in the outdoors.
No, it'll be absolutely fascinating. I was thinking there as well, you know, if someone does this course, then that gives you an opportunity to bring your own friends and family along, show them what you can do, and show them, as you said, where we are right now, there's mountains all around us. And I know there's so many people that live in urban areas that have probably never stepped foot on the mountains, and probably see on Instagram every weekend all their friends and all these people up in the different mountains. So now it's their opportunity to join them and to actually learn more. Conor O'Keefe, it's an absolute pleasure chatting to you about the FOLM Project, and I'm going to put the link in the description as well so people can get involved. And of course, remind us your own Instagram handle for those who aren't following you, who want to keep up with those Wicklow adventures.
Yeah, my own Instagram handle is COKeeffe, COKEEFFE, and all the links to my podcast and my Patreon page and everything is on there. That's the HQ. So if anybody's heard this and they want to send me a message, and I'll get back to you.
Conor O'Keefe, Dask Keinslat Reach, and no doubt I'll hopefully see you again soon on one of the mountains somewhere.
Gormí agus long of all.